Have you been trying to control too much? Have you been taking too much on and not giving yourself enough time to rest? Have you been doing too little of what actually makes you happy? Or have you been just in a cycle of bad habits, bad routines that do not benefit us in the slightest, but they're just your comfort zone at this point? If that's the case, then this video is for you. We need to pick ourselves up. Today, I will be giving you easy, gentle, but still efficient and actionable steps that you can take to get yourself out of rut. So we've all seen around the New Year's resolutions, New Year, New Me, night routine, eat healthier, get up earlier, all of it. If you're there emotionally and mentally, I applaud you. But if you're in a similar position to mine, you're just feeling completely frozen. I want to do so many things, but at the same time, I honestly just feel overwhelmed. Today, I'll be giving you actionable steps that you can take to get yourself out of rut. You might say, how can you give me advice if you're going through the same thing? Been here one too many times, and I already know what I have to do to get myself out of this, and hopefully it helps you as well. Maybe you take something new out of this that have helped me in the past as someone that has struggled with burnout years of my life, because I learned how to manage it finally last year, and here I am again because it happens. We're human. But we need to pick ourselves up. Just to give you some really quick and brief context to me. Hi, I'm Natalie. Thank you for being here. I'm very much a perfectionist, overthinking, used to be straight A type of person. For the past year, it was a year of recovery. I pretty much spent the entire year nurturing myself back to a normal state, because I had spent the previous completely burning myself out, stress, on edge, 100% in survival mode, exhausted. My health was at its weakest. I truly hit rock bottom. First tip is we're gonna meet ourselves where we're at. And bear with me, might sound obvious, this might not sound groundbreaking at first, but first of all, you cannot cure something that you don't know anything about. This is like going to the doctor and not telling them what your symptoms are, expecting them to give you some sort of medicine. No. So this little piece of advice and crucial first step, actually carry it with you outside of this video, outside of this one time in your life where you're super tired. This will help you out in the future as well if you carry it with you. To meet yourself where you're at is literally sit with yourself, throw your phone away. That didn't go that far, wait. Throw your phone away and figure out what you need right now. Not what you need tomorrow, in an hour, in 2 hours, later on today, next week, no. And what you need, not what you want. For this, you have two routes. To be honest, if you're in that position where you're super tired, where you're like, I don't even want to think about this, then I'm gonna give you two options. Because I've been in the position where you don't even know what you're feeling, other than you don't want to do anything and you're just tired. One option, and you have to do one of these, okay? There's no other choice. Free will, we don't know her. Basically, if you are super exhausted, if you're facing also decision fatigue, perhaps your burnout has to do with work or something like that, you've been doing too much, stretching yourself too thin, whatever it is, and you're just overwhelmed by the sheer thought and notion of trying to figure out what's going on with you, then you're gonna take a nap. Take a nap, because if you can't even sit with yourself for a second and see where your burnout is coming from, because that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to figure out where it's coming from and therefore get yourself out of this and have a bit more energy, mental capacity, emotional capacity. It all comes down to the type of burnout that you have. You can have many types of burnout, you can have all of them. Again, if you are in that position, then maybe what you truly need is to just, for a second, turn off. When your phone's not working and you just turn it off and on, do that with yourself. But nap. And I'm telling you to nap because I know that if you just stay there staring at the ceiling, you're probably gonna doom scroll. You are going to the corner to take a nap. Okay? Because when you wake up, physically rested as well, your mind had some time to recharge, your brain had some time to actually turn off. Help you, even if it's 1 or 2%, feel slightly better. And then when you wake up, you move on to the second option. If you're not super tired, if you think you have the mental capacity to check with yourself, you're gonna interrogate yourself basically. But you can do this sitting in the toilet if you want to. What do you need? Do you need a walk? Do you need some water? Have you drank water? because a lot of times we're dehydrated. So you need some food. Are you hungry? When was the last time that you ate? And truly a good meal. And I'm not trying to be condescending with these questions. I truly ask these questions to myself because, as dumb as it sounds sometimes, we really forget to give ourselves the bare minimum, our basic human necessities. Again, not trying to be condescending, this is truly the questions that I ask myself. Treat yourself as if you're a 5-year-old. Not in a condescending way, in a loving way. How would you treat a 5-year-old if they're feeling that way? Perhaps they're feeling lonely. When was the last time you met up with a friend, had some human connection? If you're like me, working from home, or you're just an introverted, again, like me, and perhaps spend too much time on your own and you're too much in your head, when was the last time you spoke to someone else? Perhaps you're actually needing connection. When was the last time you did something fun as well? Because if you're a workaholic, you have been too much in your hustle culture, last time you did something fun, and just for the sake of it being fun. But most importantly, do what you need, not what you want. And I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me. I want to scroll on TikTok, but we're not doing that. Meet yourself where you're at. First, you need to figure out what's going on. Then you need to make yourself feel a tiny bit better and fill your cup, even if it's just by a droplet, but you need to fill your cup. We can move on to the final part. I think groundbreaking science for this. But it is about consistency, and it is about being kind to yourself in ways that matter. You're probably still unmotivated. I still am. What we're going to do is motivate ourselves with rewards. When you're trying to get kids to do something that they don't want and you don't want to just shout at them, basically you need to negotiate with yourself. Influence yourself into doing something you really do not feel like doing. We're gonna use me as an example. My burnouts often come from stretching myself too thin. So just going a bit too hard on my to-do lists for the day, or doing too little of things that bring me joy. We're tackling both of them. And even if your burnout is slightly different, incorporating things that are fun to you is still a good strategy to negotiate with yourself with like fun rewards. You need a reason to feel more swayed towards doing the things that you're putting off. Right now, my life and my tasks just seem so daunting. What even is this list? Because like, it's a mess. Anxiety from looking at that. Step is organizing everything that I need to do realistically. If you have a long list of things to do, we need to get ourselves organized. You might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but I do not have even the motivation to get up and write everything that I need to do. I don't want to. Fair enough. That's where the rewards come in. Give yourself a treat for doing things if you're in this stage. Start with something small. It can be doing something fun for you. For instance, some ideas and things that I find appealing are on a little walk to grab a coffee, going to Waterstones, a bookshop here in the UK. Love going window shopping, and it's going to the movie theater, going to a museum, maybe binge reading. Another one might be going out with your friends, going out for food. Oh my god, yes, eating out, like for dinner or lunch, or my favorite, having a brunch. It can be anything down that route, from getting your nails done, purchasing something that you've been wanting for a long time. The key to this rewards negotiating situation needs to be just enough to get yourself to do that first little thing. Depending on how much you don't want to do anything, the reward might need to be a bit bigger than the task at hand, just to get you started, to feel a bit of momentum of just getting things going. I might tell myself, I really think it might be buying myself a book. Hello. Thank you. I did it, so now you have to do it. Whatever it is you're putting off, even if it's just taking a shower, you have to do it. I got my appointment in check, so now you have to do it. Negotiate with yourself. Find something that you can do that will make you do the things that you don't want to do. None of this was gonna be super hard to do. In summary, check in with yourself. Do something that will help you out right now. It can be going on a walk. It can be napping. As I said, it can be talking to a friend. It can be anything you need to do to feel better, not that you need to do to tick off your to-do list. And then move on to try and tackle your to-do list. If you're still feeling unmotivated, then you can do rewards. You don't need to keep negotiating with yourself if you're already in a groove of doing things. This is strictly like emergency situations. I really need to get out of this mindset, this headspace. You've got this. I completely believe in you. I believe that you can do it. Keep negotiating with yourself as long as you need to. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.